Hey everybody, welcome back to Planet Coaster and Tiny Park. So, this episode should be the last building episode of Tiny Park. And I know I mentioned that last episode, but that was a joke. This is the real deal. And to prove that's the real deal, I'm already in the scenario editor, which is why we have this extra tool up here, because we need to expand the park. Because the last thing I want to do is build a roller coaster spiraling all the way around Tiny Park so we can view it from a ride. So, here we go. Click this thingy. There's also one other thing I would like to do before expanding the park, and that is add another spawn location at the very top. Something that was suggested a while ago, and I did always want to do it, and now's the perfect time to do it since we have the thing open. Problem is, I don't know where to put it. Also, we need to get rid of that thing. Yeah, I don't leave much space anywhere. What about right around there? You think I can attach a spawn point there? I don't know. Maybe right there. Yeah, that's a good spot. Alright, add a spawn point. This is what they look like. You lift it up. You rotate it. Okay, it connects there. And we're just going to drag it out of the park. So it's far enough away. Yeah, it's good enough. Look at that. Freaking support pillars all the way up at the sky. Amazing. Path. So these people will just appear out of nowhere, floating. Doesn't matter. So what will happen if I close the park down now? I don't know. We should probably do it, though. Did I just put some path in a random spot? Probably. We should probably close the park down because, like I said before, I don't want to have guests in the park while I ride everything because it's going to cause frame rate issues. Like, right now, it's like we're not at 60 FPS because there's so much happening and there's 8,075 people here. So, I'm thinking that we close down the park and, oh, good. A whole lot more people are showing up here now. Hooray. Anyway, let's add more room to the park and then get back into the actual game. Like, I could just build the park here and edit the park here. Also, I want to look at something else while I'm here. Park wide. Oh man, look at all these things. There should be something that park capacity. Allow the player to edit park capacity. Boom. That right there is the thing we needed to check all along. Because that wasn't checked when I was actually playing the scenario, we couldn't do it. That was the issue. But since I'm back in the editor, I can select it. Good. Edit the park dimensions. How big do I make this? Well, that's a pretty good question. I have no idea. I think that's going to be enough. I'm not going to build more. I'm just going to build the one coaster around it. I feel like that'll be enough. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Okay. Done. We finished everything. We got to save it, and we got to play it. How do we save it? Save the park. We're going to save it right over Tiny Park because, come on. It's pretty much what I've been doing this whole time. Like, I can save the scenario separately. Save Tiny Park. Yes. Okay. But it doesn't matter. It's Tiny Park. It's all good. Also, one of the questions I was asking was, what coaster should I build around this park? Which one's going to be the best coaster to pick? I usually do flying coasters because, you know, you're flying around the whole park. Problem with that is flying coasters, you're like laying down and like in order to like look over at the park, it's just awkward. So flying coaster isn't really the best one. Someone recommended an X-dimensional coaster, which I think a problem with that is you have these wide cars, so if you're sitting on the outside, it's going to be more of a problem. I don't know. Last video, though, I put in a drive tire coaster and found out that you can have so much control over the speed of that thing. So, that's the one we're going to go with. And while I have this on my brain... Oh, look! There it is. As much as I would love to see how many more people this entrance drags in, I'm limiting it down to 2,000, so I should probably close the park and reopen it. I'm just hoping enough people leave. I didn't need... Wait, if I didn't need to go home, I think I stay forever. So I think people are leaving the park. There are still some that are teleporting back to the entrance because of them being launched off, which is hilarious. Let's start to build the coaster. Right, drive tire coaster. Why am I building the drive tire coaster? Because the amount of, you'll see. You'll see. It's the best one, hands down. Because of the, what's the word I'm looking for? The control we have over it? The drive tires, I don't know whether it's because I have coaster limits off, probably. But we can just, getting the speed up and down, it's going to be no problem. So watch this. Let's make it out here. Pretty much the entire thing's going to be a drive tire section. And look, we can do this. We can turn it however we want it. Like I said, I don't know if this is actually how this coaster works or if this is just because I have the limits off. But this is perfect. This is exactly what we need for our viewing coaster, I guess is what it is. Because we're viewing the entire park. And then utility settings, target speed, let's go 40. I think 40 would be, if we just have 40 along this whole thing, then we're just going to constantly go 40 around the whole thing. That was the wrong button. So let's see what happens here. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to find out together. Start test. It's going to be a long coaster, but it's going to be so worth it. $40 seems like a good speed. Here we go. Up we go. I don't know how we're going to work going down. It's going to be like a helix. And you know what? I think I'm going to turn supports off. Because we're going to have supports surrounding all... Nah. I'm fine with the supports on these coasters because they're so wonked out. It's part of the craziness that is Tiny Park. But if we have supports on these pieces of track, then Tiny Park's going to get lost behind all the supports, which we don't want. That was the wrong button. We want this. We're going to pull this all the way up here. And this is going to be one video. However long this video takes, I don't think it's going to take too much longer than a normal video. But I am not going to split this into multiple videos, don't you worry. So, this entire video will be this entire coaster. And oh my god, we have so much room to go up here. I'm going to go up to like 24% degrees in our climb here. I feel like I could just spam this, but at the same time I know it's going to cut into the park, and I don't want it to do that. Down to 8,000 guests still. We lost 100. I think we were at 8,100, right? This is nuts. I wish I could just make it follow the exact path I went down there. I'm thinking we could use trim brakes on the way down to keep it at 40 miles an hour still. Or maybe we should just have it plummet straight down. Maybe that would be better. Because I was thinking of having like spiral all the way up, spiral all the way down, but that might be too much. We'll see. If you're like, no, I want to ride it, I want to see Tiny Park all the way up, all the way down, then guess what? I can just make it do multiple laps. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not with this one. So like out here's more wide. Oh, it's not going to be perfect. I mean, look at this place. Nothing's going to be perfect, so why would this final coaster be perfect? It's not. Don't you worry. You're going to get closer to the park in some areas. Some areas are going to be further away. Although I kind of hate what's happening here. Are we outside the park? Oh no, we're just so high up it looks like we are. The one thing that's constant is the rate at which we are going up. 24 degrees, except for the first half because I was like 19. It's fine, don't worry, everything's great. We're at the gingerbread zone. It's actually not taking as long as I thought it was going to. You gotta remember, you're talking to the guy who put an entire coaster. For those of you who didn't see Spagooter World, oh my god, what a nightmare that was. I didn't change the area of the park, so this was the entire area of the park, this big old square right here. And what I did was I built a roller coaster that went around the whole thing, and then it just came in on itself, and it spiraled all the way in, and that took like, I want to say at least 2 hours to do that. Yeah, it was not a good time. And that was after I had the park built already, so it was also very laggy. Oh yeah, it was a nightmare. Good times! Great times. Fantastic times. I'd do it all again. Just kidding. I won't, because, you know, I'd lose my mind. I've had people to ask me to do it again. I'm like, I can't. I'll lose my mind again. Not again. Is this a good turn for the whole park? Did we find a decent thing that we don't have to change? We can keep going? I feel like we can't. Are we almost at the top? We're getting there. We're at the Zozone. The Zozone lair. Love the Zozone lair. I think we're good. I think we actually found a decent rate around it. Some parts are a little close, some parts are a little far. Oh crap, we reached the top. Surprise! So how do I get down? I feel like a plummet would do the trick. Because, trying to spiral down again is just gonna be annoying. So what I'm gonna do here... we might be able to spiral down. Problem is, what happens when we hit you, we're gonna have to, like... it's gonna get in the way of itself. I don't want that. I want, like, as little track as possible getting in the way of all of Tiny Park. So that's why I kind of just want to have it drop. So we want these brakes, target speed to be 40. This isn't a coaster that guests are gonna ride. Don't you worry. That was not a concern. Lift it up like this. Bring it over that way. I want to go on the ins. Maybe I'll go on the outside. Okay, so it's doing its own thing. Spiraling down toward the ground. It should stay at a cool 40 miles an hour, though. Fingers crossed. Those brakes are just gonna be... they're gonna melt. It's essentially what's happening here. Alright. Perfect! Wow, look at the rating. If it wasn't for the very end, it might be a rideable ride. Oh crap, we're riding it right now. Here we go, everybody. The ride's done. We're riding it. So I guess, you know, this angle right here isn't the best, but if we turn our head over to the side, that's not that bad. I think if we were in the further seat, it would be even better. It's Tiny Park, everybody. Look at it. I'm still seeing people floating. I just saw people floating. Also, the frame rate is completely wonked out. Still. We're gonna close the park and see how things smooth over from there, because this is... Just looking at this right now, it's kind of yikes. It might be because there's people glitching out everywhere as well. It's my fault. Sorry. Sorry I sent you people flying across the map. Mistakes were made. Do I regret my decision? No, not at all. So yeah, after this video is going to be the video, or videos, depending on how long it takes, where we ride all the rides in Tiny Park. Honestly, I like this view better than going up. This is kind of cool. Definitely going faster than 40 miles an hour, though. And the rating is... Yikes. Guests won't want to ride it. Good. I didn't want them to ride it. Alright, real quick. What if we... see, now we see... This is the problem with these things, is... We could look up like that. Yeah, it might be a little too close. But this is another cool angle. It's not that bad. Okay. So what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna close the park, number one. Get all these freaking idiots out of here. Because I know where that button is. Yeah, we lost 200, but it ain't enough. The the Great Purge. Purge round 2, actually, because we did this once before already. All these freaking idiots are clogging my damn paths. Thank God they're gone. So when we open the park again, we'll get 1,000 guests coming in down here, and 1,000 guests coming in from the top, hopefully. I don't know if that's how it's going to work, but I think that's it. What can I do for the final minutes? That did not take nearly as long as I thought it was going to do. That did not take nearly as long as I thought it was going to do. That didn't make sense. That did not take nearly as long as I thought it was going to. There we go. I thought there was something else that I wanted to do that I forgot to do. I mean, there are things like adding the scenery around the gingerbread house that we never did. Adding targets to this ride that we never did. We'll do that right now. We'll add more targets. They're going to be in the worst possible spots because I don't care. But that's what we're doing. Just so we have something to do when we ride this ride. It's going to be fun. Also, how did I do this? Did I make it part of the ride, or are they just, you know, there? Oh, we can change the points as well? Select all parts from this target shooting sequence, including the sequencer children. Oh my dear. See, this is why I didn't do this. I couldn't be bothered. Edit shooting ride. There we go. Okay. I need to add... Right. Oh, we can make them have ammo? I kind of want to just put one of these in the park that, you know, I didn't make. Something that looks cool. Because I know people who have, like, actual talent have made these things in this game. And I would much rather do one of theirs than my own. Whoops. Target W. No, just W. No, just target. Put some of these bad boys around. Everywhere. The goal is to get as many points as possible. So it's pretty much pull the trigger as quickly as you can. Because there's targets literally everywhere now. Good luck. Good luck, soldier. Problem is, I'm gonna have to add all of these to the ride. I don't know if the small one's going to be worth more. I have to do that manually. I probably have to do that manually. We put a target on a target. Ooh. Targetception. Yeah, forget these flippy ones. They're not going to... Unless I rotate them. It's going to be the best target practice ride ever. Okay, this target's unnecessarily big. So we'll put it there. And yes, I am still playing at ×3 speed because I want these people out of my park. So I'm suffering trying to build just to get the people out of my park quicker. I'd say that's pretty good in terms of targets. Put a big one there. Get some other ones. They're too big. There we go. Get a bunch of them over here. That is the wrong direction. Alright, I'd say we nailed it. So that's pretty good. I wonder what the high score is going to be on it. We are down to 3,400 guests in the park. I managed to kill more time. Fantastic. I guess this thing needs a name. I mean, it's really just the observers, so... It's not going to really be that good of a name. What if I did something else instead, like a monorail? I love how now I decide at the very end here, like, hey, maybe we should have done a different ride. That could have been more exciting. Alright, first things first, supports. Goodbye. And wait for it. That's the issue with the monorail. I know I mentioned the turn radius before, but also the height. So bad. 8 degrees up. That's all you get. Although, if I spam this up, which would you rather, the monorail or the coaster? Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll delete one of them, because this actually is pretty quick. And I don't know which one to pick. So I feel like we'll be able to, you know, well, the monorail, you'll be able to see more of it. Alright, start test. We're riding it. Yeah, maybe not. Oh god. Hey, let's press all the wrong buttons. That's a great idea. This is the problem with the monorail. You got windows. Although it is facing the correct way, so, you know, we can just sit back and watch it. Let me know which one I should put. Monorail or coaster? I feel like coaster's better just because, you know, you can see more, but we could also do things like switching this. Again, no one's gonna ride this thing because it's one station. Look at this. We're just sitting behind her, or standing here. Hey, lady, what are you doing? What's that graph even mean? Rail zone. Oh, rail zone. I don't know what the graph's supposed to mean. Planet coaster. What if we... Wait, this track's not done, is it? Is it? Are you prepared for that, lady? Do you have the training for what's about to happen here? Now I'm concerned. Lady. Lady? Oh god, she's not saying anything. She knows what she's doing. I don't know how tall I made this thing, of course. I want to see what happens when we fly off with her driving. You think she's going to take the heat for it? Wow, we did add a lot of track, didn't we? At least it seems like we did. Oh god! Down it goes, we got kicked out. Look at him fall! Hold on. I want to see if she has any facial expression while this happens. Nope! She's perfectly fine with what's going on right now. Okay. Down it goes. and then it bounces. And is it gonna explode? Because that's gonna be a little awkward. Because, you know, there's a pilot. Yep, it exploded. Well then, it's a little dark anyway. Like I said, let me know which one of these you would rather in the comments down below. Coaster, monorail. I'm going to end this one here. Next time we see Tiny Park, we will be riding all the rides. So, thank you all for watching. Leave a like, share a video if you enjoyed. They help it a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you next time.